Hello, YouTubers, and welcome to Level-Headed News. This is your host, Brenda. Articles in this episode for you. The URLs are in the description of this video for your convenience. The first one here is off of Liberty Writers, and it says the boys are back in town. Trump just got threatened, or try that again, threatened to send the feds to Chicago. President went right at Chicago tonight. He just threatened to send the feds. He is going to do it if the city does not stop the carnage of gun violence that has been getting worse and worse every year. It says if Chicago doesn't fix the horrible carnage going on, 228 shootings in 2017 with 42 killings, up 24% from 2016, I'll send in the feds. About to fix Chicago. This is the one thing that Obama could never do. There has been 5.5% increase in 2017 compared to 2016. There have been 42 homicides, and that's up 23.5% since the same time in 2016. On this, if you want to pull it up, take a look at it. It says, watch. All the liberals freak out now that Trump wants to clean up America's worst city. Trump says in a tweet, if Chicago doesn't fix the horrible carnage going on, 228 shootings in 2017 with 42 killings, up from 2016, I'll send in the feds. And Mike Elgin says, spoken like a true fascist, here says, it's not illegal, it's alternative constitutional. Another one says, Republicans spent the last 8 years saying that Obama was going to declare martial law. Then you say this. Another one says, honestly, you make it sound like you're about to march into Czechoslovakia. So it follows up here by saying, share this post everywhere, patriots. The mainstream media is going to try to turn this against Trump. Trump's about to embarrass Obama so bad, though. He will not be able to show his face again in this country after Trump cleans up Chicago. Have that. Be interesting to keep an eye on that and see where it goes. BizPack review. Might miss Oscars due to Trump's ban. Cries to cancel the show. Leaves libs in a pickle. Iranian director Ashghar Farhadi Academy Awards because President Trump's ban on people from Middle Eastern nation like Iran from entering the United States. Farhadi is nominated for Best Foreign Film for his movie The Salesman. National Iranian American Council President Trita Parazi on social media. And it's in a tweet. It says, confirmed, Iranian's Ashghar Farhadi won't be let into the U.S. to attend the Oscars. He's nominated for Best Foreign Language Film. And then the article says the awards are still about a month away, but rather than waiting to see if an exception is made for the director, social media went off on the president. A tweet here says, oh my God, are you serious? Wow, I sure hope those who voted for a-hole Trump realize what they have done. And the article says the director might not attend an award show. Whatever will America do? And another tweet says, travesty, narrow-minded ignorance, as the sign read at the Women's March on Washington. All DT's wives were immigrants. And the article continues. It says, counterpoint, none of President Trump's wives ever participated in a terrorist attack. Second counterpoint, Marla Maples was born in the state of Georgia. Then there's another tweet here. It says, news now, T. Parisi, exactly. Maybe they can get Meryl Streep to announce. Witz says Oscars should not be held in show of solidarity. Oh, for goodness sakes. And it says, yes, don't give millionaires Hollywood liberals trophies for doing their job. That will teach those Trump supporters. Academy of Motion Pictures, Arts, and Sciences decides to cancel the Oscars. Change would occur. Says this is the greatest idea liberals have had in years. How will Hollywood react? Last year they called for boycott because representation issues. Will it happen again? And Stetler or Stelter, I guess, Stelter, was one of the first to comment, asking Parisi for more information. And he says, Parisi, hello, CNN reporter here. Can you tell me how you confirmed this? The article ends up by saying, meanwhile, several Middle Eastern travelers were prevented from coming to the United States on Friday, but one of them, an Iraqi who worked as a translator for the American government, was allowed to enter on Saturday. So apparently they've not heard the old saying, the show must go on. You know, man, I don't understand the lack of intelligence that people have with this. I mean, it's ban until we can get things in place. Yes, some people are going to be inconvenienced by it, but it's something that has to take place in order to keep our nation safe. The last administration was not keeping us safe. I don't understand what the problem here. People can't wrap their brain cells around that, but hey, apparently are at a minimum. The next one we have is off of Conservative Tribune. It says, Secret Service agent says she won't take a bullet for Trump. And I've reported on this yesterday, but I have a couple articles here as an update to this, so we're going to go ahead and cover it. A Secret Service agent's Facebook endorsement of Hillary Clinton before last November's election was drawing fire after she said she would not take a bullet for Donald Trump if he were elected. On Tuesday, the Washington Examiner published the October post by Carrie O'Grady, a Secret Service agent in charge of the Denver district, that she would rather go to jail than protect President Trump. As a public servant for nearly 23 years, I struggled to not violate the Hatch Act, O'Grady wrote, legislation that prevents federal employees from using their position to influence elections. So I keep quiet and skirt the median. To do otherwise can be critical offense for those in my position, despite the fact I am expected to take a bullet for both sides. But this world has changed, and I have changed, and I would take jail time over a bullet or an endorsement for what I believe to be a disaster to this country and the strong and amazing women and minorities who reside here. Hatch Act be damned, I'm with her. And that's the end of her quote. It says, this wasn't just idle talk. According to the Examiner, O'Grady oversaw coordination with Washington-based advance team for all presidential candidates and presidential trips to the area, including all upcoming or future trips by the president, vice president, or Trump administration officials. The Hatch Act specifically states that no member of the Secret Service may use an email account or social media site to send that advocates for or against a partisan political party, candidate, or partisan political office or partisan political group. Comment or blog or a social media site that advocates for or against partisan political party candidate for partisan political office political group. And there's some video in this. If you want to pull it up, take a look at that. And the article says, unfortunately, O'Grady did not believe the Hatch Act ought to be damned after the election, and she decided to keep her position in spite of the fact, and let me get this shut off here before it starts playing this video. And I think I got it under control here. Since she decided to keep her position in spite of the fact that she doesn't much care for protecting the president she's charged with defending. Considering that this is a bit... Scrolled up too fast. Wait a minute. Considering that this is a bit like commercial airline pilot who doesn't much care for staying sober on the job, the Secret Service was looking closely at the case. Reported that they're considering disciplinary action against O'Grady, which, well, duh. The U.S. Secret Service is aware of the posting. The agency is taking quick and appropriate action. Woman Kathy Milhon said, as a matter of practice, we do not comment on personnel matters. All Secret Service agents and employees are held to the highest standards of professional and ethical conduct, she added. Any allegations of misconduct are taken seriously and swiftly investigated. O'Grady told the Examiner that she regrets posting, which, again, duh. It was internal struggle for me, but as soon as I put it up, I thought it was not the sentiment that I needed to share because I care very deeply about the mission, she said, blaming the post on the emotion she felt after sexual assault accusations were leveled against Trump. O'Grady said she was a sexual assault survivor. Unfortunately, the heat of the moment does not explain why the post was still available for the media to find 3 months later, or why O'Grady posted the logo for the Denver Women's March on her Facebook page last Friday, which would seem to be yet another explicit violation of the Hatch Act. I don't care about how high O'Grady's were running or what her personal history is. That simply does not explain the disgusting insinuation that she would refuse to protect the president to the fullest of her ability, essentially leaving him open to assassination. The fact that this was done in the context of a partisan endorsement is especially inexcusable. The next one I have is off of BizPac Review. What happened to Secret Service agent who said she won't take a bullet for Trump? Brace yourself. The Secret Service said it was taking appropriate action against the agent who reportedly said she would choose jail over taking a bullet for President Donald Trump. Kathy O'Grady with the Secret Service Denver field office has been placed on administrative leave. Administrative leave. Fox News' Abby Huntsman reported, and there's video in this if you want to pull it up and take a look at it. Can't make this stuff up. This is off of Fox News. It says O'Grady reportedly posted on Facebook in October, as a public servant for nearly 23 years, I struggle not to violate the Hatch Act, O'Grady wrote, so I keep quiet and skirt to the median. To do otherwise can be a criminal offense for those in my position, despite the fact I am expected to take a bullet for both sides. But this world has changed, and I have changed, and I would take jail time over a bullet, what I believe to be a disaster to this country and the strong and amazing women and minorities who reside here. Hatch Act be damned, I'm with her. The Hatch Act, a 1939 law, bars certain federal employees from engaging in political activity to promote fairness and nonpartisanship within the workplace. The Secret Service is among the agencies affected by the act. O'Grady, who openly supported Hillary Clinton, eventually had an epiphany, probably after consulting a legal advisor about the ramifications of her earlier position, telling the Washington Examiner that she would in no way shirk her duties. She also removed the post from Facebook. It's an internal struggle for me, but as soon as I put it up, I thought it was not the sentiment that I needed to share because I care very deeply about the mission, she said. How nice of her to bring herself to protect Trump. Here's a sampling of responses to the appropriate action from Twitter. One says, why not fired and why paid? We regular folks want that kind of company policy. Workers just get paid vacations. I love some paid time off. Our tax dollars at work, yet again. Why is she even on the payroll? What an insult to not only the agency, but to the country. Obviously doesn't believe in what it's doing. This is like a doctor refusing to take care of a patient. Completely unethical. Should be fired without pension. And soon to be unemployed. She can work protecting the Clintons. And another one says, you meant paid vacation. Another one says, if she won't do her job, why is she still employed? Really? Secret Service, fire her, strip away any pension? Trump needs to go through all these agencies and do this. Start with the IRS. Another one says, off to the rubber room for you until you learn your lesson. Oh, man. Another one says, fire, no trust, no confidence. And the last one here says, paid, WTF. How do I get a job with the Secret Service? There's a fellow thinking ahead. Okay. The final one that I have in this episode, it says, Muslim Brotherhood ally falsely smears senator to block terror designation bill. An Islamic organization long accused of being part of the Muslim Brotherhood's network in America has been caught trading in lies as part of an effort to ensure the Brotherhood is not designated as a terrorist entity in the United States, according to information obtained by the Washington Free Beacon. The Council on American Islamic Relations, or CAIR, a Muslim advocacy group that was named by the U.S. government as part of a vast network supporting the terror group Hamas, recently launched an effort to block a bill that would formally designated the Muslim Brotherhood as a terror organization. Many other countries, including Israel and Egypt, have already approved similar legislation. In its efforts to block the bill and smear Senator Ted Cruz, the senator spearheading the designation effort, CAIR recently claimed that the bill was written by a disgraced former FBI agent who has made a career out of bashing Muslim and Islam, according to a CAIR press release. CAIR officials claimed that this purported revelation stains the reputation of Cruz and former Congresswoman Michelle Bachmann, Republican of Minnesota, who helped draft the original bill. The fact that Senator Cruz's has its origins in the conspiracy theories of a notorious Islamophobe serves to prove that the bill is designed as the basis for anti-Muslim witch hunt, legitimate defense of national security. CAIR Government Affairs Director Robert McCaw said earlier this week, the Free Beacon can now disclose that CAIR's claims are false and that John Gondalo, the former FBI agent named by CAIR as the bill's primary architect, played no role in crafting the legislation, according to sources with direct knowledge of the situation. In response to the false claims of the Council on American Islamic Relations, CAIR, claiming that former FBI agent John Gondalo was responsible for drafting my 2014 bill calling the designation of Muslim Brotherhood as a terrorist organization, I can state absolutely that Mr. Gondalo had nothing to do with the drafting of the bill, nor did anyone from my office seek his input, Bachmann exclusively told the Free Beacon. Unable to address the findings of the bill, CAIR is engaged in a transparent attempt to attack this effort through smears and guilt by association, Bachmann said. When presented with Bachmann's denial, CAIR spokesman Ibram Hooper moved to distance his group from the false claims, telling the Free Beacon, please contact news website WorldNet Daily. They made the claim. This too appears to be untrue. The original press release specifically attributes the information to CAIR. The Council on American Islamic Relations, CAIR, the nation's largest Muslim civil rights and advocacy organization, today revealed that the original draft of Senator Ted Cruz, Republican of Texas, controversial Muslim Brotherhood Terrorist Designation Act was written by a disgraced former FBI agent who has made a career out of bashing Muslims and Islam, the group wrote. CAIR Hooper did not respond further to Free Beacon's request for comment on whether the organization would retract its claims and provide an apology to the lawmakers in light of new information from Bachmann. Cruz told the Free Beacon that CAIR's priorities are misplaced and that it should be working to designate the Muslim Brotherhood as a terror outfit. The Muslim Brotherhood does not represent the Muslim community. They antagonize it, Cruz said. If CAIR's true mission is to enhance the understanding of Islam, encourage dialogue, protect civil liberties, and empower American Muslims, it would be of great value to denounce the Muslim Brotherhood along with its radical teachings and commitment to violent jihad. CAIR has long attempted to distance itself from its alleged role in a massive terrorism case by the U.S. government against the now defunct Holy Land Foundation, which was found to be funneling money to Hamas terrorists in support of the Muslim Brotherhood's network in America. CAIR was identified as an unindicted co-conspirator of the case by the Department of Justice. David Rioby, I'm not sure how it's pronounced, Ryobi, maybe. A national security expert and political warfare consultant told the Free Beacon that CAIR's main drive is to stop the Muslim Brotherhood from being designated as a terror group. As the debate on the Brotherhood heats up, Americans should be surprised to see, or try that again, Americans shouldn't be surprised to see those who've argued for decades that Hamas isn't a terror group are also adamant that the Muslim Brotherhood isn't one either, Ryobi said. Designating the Muslim Brotherhood could do more to dismantle the infrastructure of the Islamic terrorism in this country than any other single move by the Trump administration, he said. The Muslim Brotherhood, or the Muslim Brothers, have been involved in some way in nearly every U.S. material support for terror prosecution in the last several decades. That's one reason why the Brotherhood's allies in America have worked tirelessly to fight the government's ability to stop those who give support to terrorist groups too. So there you have that information. If you like what I'm doing here, give it a thumbs up. Let me know. Share it on your social media so everybody gets to hear the news. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done that yet. And if you click that little bell beside the subscribe button, there's a little box that pops up there, and you can check that. And then you will get email alerts every time I put a show up, and that way you'll stay informed. We'll see you in the next episode.